St. Louis-style ribs, meat by the pound, or try a variety of dinners with 2 sides. Looking for something lighter? Try sandwiches with pulled pork or chicken, brisket, hand-pounded tenderloin, or the half-pound Angus burger, or ask for the old 38, a sandwich with half brisket and half pulled pork. There are chicken strips, grilled cheese, and a quarter-pound burger for the kids, and smoked chicken wings, haystack onion rings, and French fries. And you'll love their #1 bestseller, the Pig Pin, which includes a heap of steak fries covered in pulled pork and cheese sauce. And just in time for Easter, let Bill do the cooking for you and your family. He'll be having smoked hams for Easter. Just $55 for 12 to 15-pound hams smoked to perfection with an ice honey maple glaze. Get your orders in soon. Call Bill at 812-570-0020 to reserve yours today. Doors open Tuesday through Saturday at 10:30 a.m. and 11 a.m. on Sunday. If you're in a hurry, call ahead at 812-570-0020 and they'll have it ready for carry-out or dine-in. Head over to Po' Boy's Barbecue for some of the best barbecue you'll ever eat.
Hey y'all, this is Bill from Po' Boy Barbecue. Just remember, we only smoke the good stuff.
This is a very special day. The breeze took the clouds all away. It swept the sky like a broom and got ready for a very special day. This is a very special time. Show me a hill I can climb. Give me a mountain to move, and I'll prove that it's a very special day. I woke up early this morning with gloom on my head. Had a big feeling to climb back in bed. Then I looked in the mirror and somebody said, wake up, wake up. It's time for you to lose the blues, and this is a very special treat. Tell it to everyone you meet that life is all for living and love is all for giving. So this is a very special day. Tell it to everyone along the way that this is a very special day. Up early this morning with gloom on my head. Had a big feeling to climb back in bed. Then I looked in the mirror and somebody said, wake up, wake up. It's time for you to lose the blues, and this is a very special treat. Tell it to everyone you meet that life is all for living and love is all for giving. So this is a very special day. Tell it to everyone along the way that this is a very special day.
Very special day it is. It is a wonderful Wednesday. That means my partner in crime, my co-host this morning, Bradley Gilbert. Good morning, Bradley.
Good morning, Becky.
Right across the street from Walmart. Did you walk over?
I did not.
Now see,
I should have.
Yeah,
but
you know,
it's a nice day, but I was running a little bit later than I wanted.
Well, that happens.
Because there's a lot going on over there, and so I had to sneak away, and so yeah, it was better just to.
So I think what we should have done, we should have sit over there in the lawn and garden and had coffee and done a coffee club.
Absolutely.
With all those beautiful flowers and plants. Oh my goodness.
Yes, that would have been perfect.
'Tis the season.
And it's a little chilly, but not too chilly. It's perfect this morning.
Nippy.
Yeah, it was great.
I'd have brought a blanket.
Yeah.
Could have got a 50 by 70 or 60 by 70.
Yes.
60 by 70 for me. 60 by
80 by 90 for me.
Oh.
I want a queen size blanket.
Look at you. Well, now, okay, now.
Or king size blanket.
I might be
it's fine.
jealous
Either
on
one.
that now. Okay, up my blanket too. Then I want a bigger blanket too.
Absolutely.
No, I think it's absolutely gorgeous over there. And actually, I was there last night and I went through and see all the flowers. We got geraniums, we got ferns, we've got, let's see here, petunias. We've got. I feel like Forrest Gump. I know everything there is to know. I know.
Yeah, we've started the plants for your garden.
Yeah.
Everything, whether that's your patio garden, your backyard garden, whatever.
Oh yeah. Not to mention vegetables and stuff too.
Yeah. So
I was like talking about the flowers.
Got a lot of the bulbs that are starting to get on clearance. So
we have potatoes on clearance right now, so you could get the potatoes and start planting them. You can have a little later crop.
And there was some onions. Yeah. So absolutely.
Cutest little containers for plants too.
Yeah.
The cutest.
They've really expanded our section for pots for house plants and for outside pots too. I mean, it's just really a lot of new things, and we've doubled the amount of area rugs that we have. We've added a popular brand with the entertainer that has a cooking show, and so most people know who she is, and she's got a lot of new outdoor stuff with pillows and area rugs. And you know, the thing is, and we talk about this all the time, if you're going to take the time to get it, use it. You know, I mean, we like things to look nice and look good, but go out there and sit with your cup of coffee, your soda, whatever, and any time of day.
Your water.
Your
water.
I'm doing better about increasing my water.
So I know, I'm trying to too. I always try to. Well, I think you've got so many great things, and you lay a rug down, you've got a little party going on right there. And those rugs are fantastic. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with today's stress and just normal day-to-day stress. I'm not talking about major stuff. To have your own little retreat in your backyard and right off your deck. Just sit out there.
It's called therapy.
Yeah.
Sitting outside. Yeah. And you've got those $5 pillows. You still have them. I'm so happy. Boy, you stayed solid on that.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up, because for the holidays we were making sure that even with inflation we've been keeping things the same price. So you could have holiday meals at the same price you'd have before, but we still have, and we have a better selection of the $5 pillows, so it's still a great price point. They're nice, they're fade resistant. It's not like you're going to get a month's use out of them, but there's some good stuff. So absolutely.
See the little bee ones over there, the little bees?
Yeah.
They're so cute.
That apparently is like...
is really buzzing?
Is buzzing. That's the buzz this year, the bees. So that's really popular, so I guess there's a lot to that. So,
well, they're as cute as they can be.
And they say be happy.
Yeah, be happy. I like that. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. I'm loving it all, and I think you've got some really great deals. Of course, the umbrellas too for your patio, and I'm just kind of going over everything in my head, remembering. You got some new flowers too. And I'm big on TikTok, right? Mm-hmm. And there was, I can't remember, this is where I get a little bit, can't remembering on this, what the name of the plant was, because and you guys got a series going on, plants from around the world. Mm-hmm. And there was a girl on TikTok, and she said she ordered some plant, and I guess she was really green thumb, and she said she spent, I can't remember, it was quite a bit of money on a plant. She'd ordered from another country, and it came in and all that. And then she said, then she went to her, to Walmart, and she saw that you guys are carrying those, and they're called, it's a series that, and I really think these are really cool. And I had to go over there and see them. There's like plants from around the world, plants that like normally we don't get necessarily in our area. Yeah. And these are like awesome. They're beautiful.
And that's the thing too, is we've really tried to one good thing about the supply chain having issues, even with stuff like that, and and greenhouses and places we would normally get plants and stuff like that, they've expanded their stuff. But I think so many people every year, even with the normal colors of hydrangeas that people want, petunias and all of this stuff, a lot of those plants were considered exotic, and you didn't see them a lot. And we're seeing a lot more of that, and I think that's just because there's so many things available that if you can have it and get it, it's kind of good. So a lot of people, they like to change up, and they like different things, even with their house plants and things like that. So it's really
cool. If you don't, even if you don't purchase one and don't want to go, I do encourage everyone to go over the lawn and garden and look at all the different plants.
Yes.
And there's called Plants from Around the World.
Yes.
And it's like a tour.
Yeah. There you go.
For us that maybe are not going to get all around the world, you know what I mean?
Right.
If I never see the Eiffel Tower, what's that song? If I never see, whatever. But at least we can see some plants from the different places.
And that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's not from around here. And
Yeah.
starts conversations.
We're going on a field trip,
We're going on a
kids.
field trip. Let's head into the living
You can
room.
tell.
We also known as France. That type of thing. So.
Wee wee.
Wee wee. That's a different room.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's really cool stuff. And and we're gonna use her advice. Jeannie says, don't try to limit your colors don't try to limit your plants.
No, but you put me in a box.
Hey,
He's like,
the big guy upstairs, he gave us all those colors and all those plants. Just enjoy them all.
Yeah. And and the colors complement each other so much. So yeah, I feel like that it's something that's really pretty cool. And I just want people to go over there and experience it and see those. You'll be very impressed with that.
Yeah. So it is kind of, and it's nice to see things that we are not used to in other places in the world. It's just like that's just like us and our ditch lilies around here. We are so used to that. There's, we get, and so other places get used to that, and then you see these intricate little plants that are so different than what we're used to.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. You have the little succulents. You have all of the everything, and and little cactuses and stuff.
Yeah.
So those are things that.
And the hens and chicks that are so popular.
Hens and chicks are wonderful.
Yeah.
You just put them. They just go.
Yeah, you don't have. Yeah, they're independent, aren't they?
They are.
You don't have
like
to. You don't have to do a lot
Independent George.
Yeah. It's like you don't have to. You don't even have to have a green thumb.
No.
You can have a brown thumb.
No, that's exactly right.
Have,
or no thumb.
Or no thumb. It's you just throw those out there, and it's funny, and it's like, and like. You run across a pod of hens and chicks, and you're like, I forgot about this one.
No,
and it's just
I have
private.
one.
Like,
I have one, and I'm like, where?
It's like new every year. I rediscover it.
Surprise!
It's like,
It is true. It is true.
Yeah.
But 'tis the season. Also, the trees. You got beautiful trees. You got bushes out there. You've got, for anybody, 'tis the season, and
kayaks.
And
got a great selection on all sizes of kayaks. We got a canoe over there. So if you're in the hunt for a
well, remember I am related to Pocahontas. So,
yes.
I do feel that vibe.
Yes. So
I felt it when it was delivered over there.
Yeah.
When the canoe came in.
You're just like, I am one with the.
I feel Lake Celinda coming on. Here we go, Lake Celinda.
Lake Celinda, yeah, and the perfect name for.
I would love to get you in a canoe. I would probably try to tip the canoe with you.
Well, you know what? It's funny you say that because you would have to try to beat me to that because
Would you be tipping me over?
Oh, the most fun is like that's fun.
Yeah. But it's always funny because at first you don't want to get well, especially how I am about my hair.
Me too.
We're not.
I know.
We're not going to tip this. We're not going to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you got somebody that just starts. My dad.
You're competitive.
Well, maybe so.
So if I started rocking a little bit, you're like, no. I'm going to do it.
Boat,
yeah,
baby.
I can show you how to flip this canoe. I'm just saying. Okay, go ahead.
My dad would go. We would go fishing and in a boat, and he would stand up. And Brad, I would be like this little girl just thinking, we're going in. We're going in. And I promise that boat would go
But think about something. So a John boat, right? You're talking about a John boat. So think about the skill. No, really. And, being able to do that. I mean, seriously, hold the balance. And he had to even counteract the fact that you were probably flopping around going, oh my gosh, we're going over, right? So that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some balance and skill and fish at the same time.
Oh, absolutely. No, I mean, he'd be
that is walking and chewing gum at the same time.
He'd be baiting those hooks and just standing up and just have no regards. You're in a boat. Yeah. We're on water, and this boat is tipping. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I kind of that's why I learned how to swim.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Early on.
I learned how to swim.
If I'm gonna participate and live past age 7,
yes,
I need to learn how to swim.
Yeah, those were saying.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Living on the edge for sure.
So we got all the stuff to do that. So do you like paddle boats?
I like any kind of boat. Yeah, I think it's
being
fun.
around the water.
I love it all. You know what I mean? Yeah. You want to say pontoon? I'm there.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I'm kind of good on any boat. Yeah.
Yeah, I have friends that are like, well, we wish we had a faster speedboat. It's like you got a pontoon that has 12 on it. I mean, come on now. I mean, what's better than that?
Yeah,
it's like.
So and then always, and this is. Sherry White taught us this. Make sure you have on your life jackets.
Yes.
And you guys sell those over there.
Yes.
So please do not skimp on that. You've got to have a life jacket.
Yeah. And we've already, I know, I have people that are just like, well, you went a week without talking about the pool, but guess what? We're in the season that the pool gets mentioned every week,
wondered,
right?
So are you opening it up yet? Where are you at? Where are you at with
the
it?
next stretch of above 75, the cover's coming off, and we're going to start the process. It only takes about 4 days to get everything going and everything. Yeah, so it'll. Yeah.
Have you got everything you need?
Oh yes, and that was my point to that. We've got all the pool chemicals, the supplies, everything you need over there, and we've got all kinds of really cool floats that are new this year, and they're at last year's prices. They're coming in at rollback prices.
Oh, fantastic. Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Also for ponds, you got like pond cleaners, the algae and all that. We talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
Like
so, and that's
for
like
those water fountains and stuff that people have.
Yeah, that's and that's one thing. That's a big business these days. People spending a lot of money to put those in, and we've got all the stuff you need for that. Clean it, take care of it. You don't have to just pour bleach into it.
No.
I know
frogs don't like that.
No. It's not good. It's not good. You
know,
just get the cleaner that's good for them, and
Well, you got a little bit of everything. It starts your spring and summer out, and I think everybody's chomping at the bit. And of course, today's going to be another warm day, like in this, and we got our sunscreen. Don't forget your sunscreen.
Do not forget your sunscreen.
Yeah.
Whereas 17-year-old I know says, well, don't forget that stuff that keeps you from getting burnt.
Okay.
Sunscreen.
We might call that sunscreen.
It's a vocabulary quiz, right? Give me the
back
definition
Back in our day, we used to call that sunscreen. Okay.
I need that lotion that keeps me from getting sunburned.
That's great.
Sunscreen.
Sunscreen. Yeah, that's great.
Anyway.
Well, you got a little bit of everything going on. There was something else I was going to say that you've got that. Of course, from the fishing poles. I've seen a lot of people buying fishing poles. Everybody's excited about fishing.
All the apparel. We've got so much apparel.
Yeah.
But I will, and I talk about these every year. This is something that you couldn't get around here, and the rugged shark, the croc things that are, that had been just around Florida and the coast and stuff like that, and they've expanded the colors and all that kind of stuff, and they're great price points. So I mean, it's just like, and those things are just awesome, and so
they're comfortable and they're easy.
Yes.
Just grab a pair and go, and for anybody that.
I definitely.
Grab a pair and go, Brad.
Well, a couple pairs.
Yeah. Well,
but anyway,
those are nice to know too.
But all the apparel, we got swim trunks, we got swimsuits.
Your swimsuits.
We got
are nice.
all the stuff for kids. It's
got it all covered for sure. And sports, you got outdoor sports. You got from the sporting
everything's
stuff that
kicking off.
needs,
baseballs and t-balls kicking off.
WSLM team played last night. Oh my goodness, they were so cute. Oh, so
you cannot.
Adorable. Yes, okay, and this is not, it goes with the age, because they're just starting, you got to start somewhere. They love the dirt.
Oh. Yeah, and the butterflies that are in the outfield. But they got to start somewhere, right? But just the pure joy that at that age that they get.
Oh.
It's like
the pure joy I get watching.
It's like, hey, smile for the camera.
Yeah.
Quit it.
There were so many.
I'm out here kicking rocks and digging in the dirt.
Yeah, there were so many cute times. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. We had one. And I'm not gonna because they're just so adorable. But ran. Made a home. Ran into home. Got the home plate, and but then he didn't realize he was done. Like he wanted to stay there. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, we need
on base.
Yeah.
I'm on base. You're home.
You made it.
Yeah.
You got us a run, buddy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can go now.
That's when you high five everybody in the dugout, right?
Yeah. No. He's like victory. I love that. I thought, maybe I should be like that. I'm here. Has anybody seen what I just did? I just made us a point.
This is a chance for photo opportunities. That's why I'm standing here posing with my foot.
I need to go look over to the east, the west.
I'm sitting here on home plate. Just so you know. Take my hat off and wave to the crowd.
I just wasn't doing it right, years ago.
That is good. But
I played a little bit of women's softball team, and it's a horrible thing for me to even talk about because I was not any good. All of my teammates are like, did you play?
You're like,
oh, I was there, baby. I showed up.
Yeah. I went home and cried, and I used muscles I didn't know I had.
You can say that I wasn't any good, but you can't say I didn't play.
Yes,
okay, I wasn't there.
I showed up and I was supporting.
Right,
Yeah. Well, but if you think you've had a bad day or something's going on, go watch little kids play something like that. I mean, if you don't walk away smiling and just like optimistic about the world, you need to watch another game.
There were some that were so little, Brad. I mean, so little that I think they literally came out of the womb.
Yeah.
They came out of the womb. They went on the baseball field.
And their hats are too big for their head.
Oh,
they can barely have even the little kid glove on. But that's.
Yeah. Then when I saw my team with the WSL, I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, you guys are just like.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, my heart. Your heart skipped a beat, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They were radioactive.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's
yeah, they were very active.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
And then they'll wave at mom
while
dad's yelling orders to them, and they can't hear dad.
That's right.
They can hear mom saying, "Look at the camera," and smiling and stuff. Hey, geez,
hey,
and
worked
then
with
dad's going, "Look, pay attention, the ball's coming," and they're just like, "Who are you?"
We've worked so hard for them to learn how to pose for the camera and take a photo. You know what I mean?
It's years of practice prior to
absolutely.
that, right?
Don't think.
But it is funny because the moms they'll hear the mom who barely whispers.
Yeah.
Hey, look over here.
Yeah.
But dad's trying to give them pointers about stuff, and they're just like, "Who are you again? What's your? Do I know you?"
Exactly. Yeah. And there's nothing like the sound of I love kids laughing, and I love facilities being used, whether it's a high school gym, whether it's whatever it is. I love the facilities being used and utilized and everybody enjoying it.
Yeah.
And getting out and getting moving. There was nobody watching, there was no video game, and I know there's a time for that, and I get that, but there was no video game. People were moving, they were getting outdoor activities and enjoying, the weather.
And that's what to do.
Yeah.
That's slow down and enjoy something like that.
Definitely.
It's important.
Yeah. All right, Bradley, let's thank our sponsors. We forgot to do that.
I hope we got Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Americans for Prosperity, Fantastic Sam's, Fox for Lee Wealth Management, and Po' Boys Barbecue.
Yay, thank you to our great sponsors.
Thank you.
All right, let's see what today is. We're moving right along here. We're already on to the 19th day of April. Isn't that crazy?
Does not see it.
No. All right, today is Bicycle Day. Brad, do you have bicycles?
I do.
Do you ride it very often?
Last year was the first year that I really got out and, all those country roads and stuff.
Yeah.
You could ride in a block and do pretty good, but it's always good. I couldn't ride just by myself. It's always good to have somebody with you. So you got somebody, hey, let's take a ride around the block. And the first time you're like, what? I can't do this anymore. But, so last year is the first year that I really... And it's good to, if you don't want to talk to whoever's riding with you, put your headphones in. No, but last year is the first year, and so yeah.
Well, I went to a place a few months ago, and they had they had the bicycle trail, and I got one of those. It was like a girl's bike, if you will, the big handlebars, and it was the big wheels. It was so much fun, and I just
the white
bicycle
tires.
Yes, and you just ride and ride and ride, and you don't even realize how far you've ridden, It's always, here's the thing you always have to remind yourself, though. Whatever you did to get there, you have to go back.
Yeah. Pay attention to how far away from, when you're at point A.
Yeah. If you've got 2 miles.
Be wise about point B.
Yes.
Because then you got to get back to point A is point C. And you've got, it's like, it doubles.
Yes.
I know that new
I'm
math.
Going so good.
New math,
I know.
Yeah, it doubles.
I'm going so good. I got 2 miles in, but you got to remember you got 2 miles to go back. Yeah.
Like, woohoo.
Yeah.
So start out with 100 yards that way and then come back.
That's exactly right. So, Bicycle Day, Humorous Day. We're just humorous.
That should be every day.
Every day. Let's do it. John Parker Day. Shows military. I don't know for sure on that one.
Yeah.
National Banana Day. Banana. We talked about bananas yesterday.
Yeah.
They talk about all the different, how banana peelings. I was just talking about this yesterday. Take the peeling and you rub it on your face. It's supposed to be real good for you. I wish everybody could see your face when I just said that. What? Say what?
That's not where I thought you were going with that.
Yeah,
banana peels are good in your compost.
Oh,
for your garden, stuff like that. Sorry.
And I think they... I'm over here rubbing it on my face and you're composting. Next time we have a picnic, I'm going to grab a banana. I'm going to be over there rubbing it on my face. I can't wait for Aaron and everybody and Grayson and everybody there. What would they...
Yeah.
They'd be like,
Jeannie will walk over and say, "Is that work? You guys will be over there both doing it. She'll
Jeannie
join
will be
with
doing
you.
it too. I know she
would
would.
not let you do that
Yeah.
alone because she'd
Well,
be like, "Well, let's do that."
let's try. It's a beauty
Yeah.
little
You always
trick.
have
If it's
time
a
for
beauty
that.
trick, yeah.
Well, that's cool.
So banana.
Is it the potassium?
I don't know what it is. Something's like
the
supposed
acid
to be.
exfoliate?
Yeah, something.
Exfoliate? What's that word? I'm trying to find that word.
Speaking of that, I've got another little tip. Okay.
Of bananas?
No, this
Okay,
is different.
before you
okay?
get to that tip, though, the
Okay.
best
Okay.
use
Ooh,
of
we got a
bananas
banana
is
tip.
banana
Okay.
nut bread. Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. You know, okay, one more thing. Just a wealth of knowledge over here. I'm like sharing. Okay, we had that yesterday. We talked about, actually, bananas is one of the things that, like, we let go bad, that we don't use. And if you're talking about banana bread, when your bananas get a little brown, that's when ideal for banana bread, right?
Yes. And yes, absolutely. And if, in general, if you use bananas that have gotten overly ripe, is what we consider them, but there's, that's not, anyway. You can also substitute that for certain oils in baking and stuff like that. And so reduce your oil intake. And it doesn't really, bananas are something that if it's in a chocolate cake or whatever, you don't get a lot of that banana if you just use a little bit of mashed up
Bananas
overripe
and chocolate,
bananas
they'll
in
go.
place of oil. Yeah.
Chocolate covered banana.
Oh. That's our.
I told you that story. I was at a place, and they only had one. And the person in front of me ordered it, the last one. I mean, if I'd have been seconds earlier,
Yes,
you know what
you're
I mean?
like, the humanity.
Yeah, I'm like.
And that's when you like tap him on the shoulder and say, have you really thought through this decision?
Yeah, I know. Is there anything you could share in any shape or form?
Yeah.
So like that's why I literally stopped at this place, and I literally right before me. Oh, you got the last one.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And so that's when you get into the microeconomics explanation of marginal utility.
Yeah.
Are you going to get the enjoyment out of that on a scale of 1 to 100
How do you
that
feel about
I'm
that?
going to get on that?
Right.
I'm going to give it 100. You're going to give it
know.
an 80. So guess what?
I know.
It needs to be
I
mine.
came here specifically
See?
for that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So. Yeah.
Who would have thought? That wasn't on my bingo card that I would mention marginal utility for microeconomics. Okay, so you said something after the banana.
Who are
rubbing
you
it on
over
your
there?
face.
Who are you? Who am I talking
don't
with this
know.
morning?
I don't know.
That's-
Sorry.
No, you go.
Yeah.
You're bringing more to the table than I am. Okay, so.
So you have a tip.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, this was really cool, and I don't know if it works, so I'm going to put a disclaimer. Don't know, but I again saw this where you take those little. They're like bubbles or like water bubbles, but they're like they're in a jar. And you put them out, and you open the lid, and if you have like a maybe like a basement or something, it's got a lot
it absorbs the moisture.
Absorb it. What is the word for this? Because I've tried to explain this to everybody. Those little beads.
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
They absorb moisture. That's all. Microbeads. I don't know.
There's your micro word again.
They're desiccants.
Oh. Look
Desiccants.
at you.
That's what's inside.
What did you have for breakfast this morning?
I had a banana and a protein bar.
A banana. Oh.
So
okay. I'm gonna go buy a bushel of it.
There you go. But I didn't take the peel on my face. Obviously, anybody that sees me would know that, right? So wait, is it good for crow's feet?
You know what? I'm all
so
for
no,
trying.
but desiccants are what's in those little bags of stuff that absorbs the moisture. So I would say those would be a type of that.
Yeah. Well, you take the lid and you open the lid, and then all of a sudden, like the humidity or
and then you can see like it changes color the more moisture's in
there.
there.
Yeah,
So, okay,
or they almost go like to a liquid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that. So so you get those in the jar, and you open the jar up, and you put what's the stuff we put on our chest? I feel like a game show.
Vicks Vapor Rub.
Vicks. You take Vicks and you just put a little bit of, so much Vicks. I don't know how much, a couple tablespoons maybe. Put some Vicks in it and then stir it around, and then you open up the lid and you set it out, and it's supposed to keep insects away. Everybody's
natural citronella.
Everybody's trying so hard to keep insects and.
We have citronella plants, by the way, just so you know.
Okay.
Those work.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got those for years.
Yeah.
Are they over there now?
Yeah, they're over
Are
there
they?
now.
Okay. Boy, they go quick.
Yeah, they do.
Watch my mouth drop.
Yeah. You're like, wait a
I gotta leave.
I gotta go.
We're gonna do
Excuse
a commercial
me,
break
we're
here for a moment.
break for a moment. I will
I'll be right back. I did not see them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we're all trying to,
Well,
and mosquitoes and bugs and ugh.
It's like you don't like bad winters, you don't like all the snow, you don't like all the free, but you got to have some because we pay for it in the summertime
we didn't have
with
ours
bugs
was
and stuff
not
like that.
Yeah,
you know?
we're going to have bugs this year.
Yeah, we are.
Only
It's
ticks.
just a
Watch me
natural.
itch.
Yeah,
Start itching as I.
It's just we're just gonna have to.
It is
But
the
that's interesting. So
I don't know. I'm actually I went over there and I got some and I'm trying it. So
yeah.
I'll let you know. I'm not seeing any insects yet on that. So
well, that's good. I mean,
Well,
that's let me know because that is something that would be good.
yeah, and it's easy.
And Vicks doesn't smell bad, so it's not like it's
No,
gonna have
no,
a chemical
right.
smell or
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that.
So.
Okay.
If you have a little bit of all the sinuses going on, you rub a little on your chest.
Just go over there. Yeah, and then rub it on your chest. Well, it's
Some
it's a
for the
moisturizer
plants.
and gonna
Some,
open it. Yeah.
some for that, some for me.
Yeah.
Who all has used this Vicks? Is it not good for everything that ails you? I mean, come on, put a jar right out there.
Oh,
It's something you should have.
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
It's like baking soda.
I
How
know
many different things is baking soda used for?
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Well,
and Vicks Vapor Rub, it may sound crazy, but it's good for extremely dry patches of skin, like elbows and your feet and stuff like that. Put it on your feet, and
Yeah.
then put socks on so
Yeah.
you're not walking around. I mean, and I'm not talking about slather it on like we got a
Right.
cold. You put that on and
Yeah.
sleep with socks on overnight.
We're going medical, and we're really bold.
I mean, yeah.
No, this is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, definitely. All right, so now those are just little home remedies.
Yeah.
So back to Banana Day. Banana. Speaking of banana, one more thing: a campfire. For anybody having campfires, okay, you just take a banana and you open it up and you put chocolate, marshmallows, anything you want to, you make a banana split, like a banana boat, and then you seal it up with aluminum foil, put it in the fire for a little while. Now, don't pull it out because it's going to be extremely hot with that aluminum foil, but get like a stick or something and get it out of there, open that up, and all that chocolate and marshmallow has melted on that banana, and yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah. Now, don't use that peel to rub on your face.
No. You would have burns, It's like, well, that would.
But just like
that
I
would
told
be,
someone,
that would be a true chemical peel because you would burn your face and then peel off.
So I had said that if you had some leftover, if you have coffee's good for plants, right?
Yes.
So anyway, and I had someone took scalding hot coffee and poured it on her plants, and it's just like, come on, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, don't do that. National Garlic Day. Garlic.
Oh,
good for
can't
you.
go wrong.
Garlic,
Absolutely.
Garlic. National Hanging Out Day, and it shows the laundry. Oh, I love hanging out laundry. I don't do it very often, and you have to have time. You have to make sure you have a pretty day, but I love hanging out laundry.
Yes.
And I loved it as a child, reading through it. I think about as a parent, what all I was doing at that time. But just to run through, and Mom had the sheets on there. It just.
Oh, yeah.
And the smell, you
Yeah.
could still remember that,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, and there's.
And don't do that.
just-
Don't you
yeah,
remember getting
yeah,
in trouble, but you
yeah.
still, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like you guys stay away from that.
That's right.
And then somehow, someone ends up with some sheets on the ground, and then you're in trouble.
I know. Sheets on the ground.
I
Sheet down.
swear I was
know.
not anywhere near it.
Yeah.
I promise. But
I
yeah,
promise. I
no.
promise. National Stress Awareness Day.
And I think that every day that and I know people are busy. I'm not discounting how busy people are, and but I think that if we learned anything from, I'll just say personally, if I learned anything from the pandemic, and we're not wanting to bring that whole idea back, but one thing that I learned was that you may be under stress and you just don't realize it, and I'm not one of those, and you know me for a long time. I'm not one of those, I'm going to go out and meditate, stuff like that, because I can't relax that way or that type of stuff. But I think so many people just don't pay attention to and it can be small stresses.
Yeah.
But when you have little bitty stresses that you ignore, at some point it becomes larger. And it is perfectly okay, even if you're, taking the kids this place and you're going this way and you've got a lot on your plate. It's okay just to pause and say, am I stressed out about something?
Yeah.
What's going on? Or just take 10 minutes to just kind of reduce a little bit of that as it builds up. And, obviously, you and I could have a self-help show because we
Yeah.
know how to, you and I, if anybody knows how to de-stress.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
No, but I mean,
Yeah, no, you
it's
do.
like one of those
You're
things
exactly
that so
right.
you
Yeah.
learn. It's
Yeah.
just like, things that, and here's the thing that in my opinion, so I appreciate any different view to this, but I think sometimes when we do things to de-stress, it can be viewed as we tell ourselves, not maybe the people in our lives, but we tell ourselves that we're being selfish.
Absolutely, and we just talked about that. That's
And we're not.
Uh-huh.
We're not.
Mhm.
So, making sure and being aware of the things that are stressors for you are better for the people around us too.
Mhm.
I mean,
Absolutely. Yeah.
So instead of putting stuff in the laundry basket that's 2 feet away, it is a little stressful for me to have to pick this up.
No, I know.
And that's just a random example. I'm not naming names, so that may or may not have anything to do with me personally.
Hit a
I'm just not
basket
saying
from the half court line, but can't hit the laundry basket.
Yes.
Sometimes just things don't make sense.
Yes.
It just doesn't add up.
That is true. So you understand magically opening a drawer and all of your stuff is clean and ready to go. You just don't understand the concept of how it gets off the bedroom floor back into the room in the drawer.
How
does that work?
It's magical.
From floor to drawer. How does that work?
It's magical.
Yeah. No, but I mean, but seriously, it's like people look at that as selfish, and it's not.
No. And I think you're going to be a lot better mood. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And just taking a little bit of time, or sitting out. We just talked about sitting outside, enjoying that. You know what I mean? Having a cup of coffee, having a glass of water. You know what I mean? Taking time, working in your garden, working in your flowers, or turning on music, listening to music, having fun. You know what I mean?
It takes less time to de-stress when you pay attention to it quicker than it does when it's gotten to almost a breaking point.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. So, Stress Awareness Day, National Wear Your Pajamas to Work Day, my favorite. I have a dress on. I did not pre-read this, or you know me. Any day I can wear.
I do, and this is where I think you have to be methodical about it. Okay. Not everyone should wear their pajamas to work.
Well, it depends on what
that's all I'm going to say.
Kind of,
well, even like
pajamas you have. Yeah, it depends.
Just make
But
sure they're clean.
But I think the comfort and just I'm like, if I could I own all in just the robe.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, that's gold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you could just. I'm sorry. That's just such a nice little outfit.
Yeah. I don't think I would wear pajamas, but I would wear sweatpants.
Yeah. Oh.
And a sweatshirt or casual. But during the summer, I would wear shorts and I've gotten so used to even in 90-degree weather, the long sleeve dry fit shirts because they're still cool and stuff like that. That would be my preference over pajamas, but there's just times during the winter though there's just like I think I'm gonna keep my Christmas pajamas on all day.
Oh, are they?
Hey, wouldn't that be wonderful?
Oh, it's such a banner day on that. No, I mean just yes.
Yeah.
I really think I'm more productive. I really think I'm very productive.
But it's clean pajamas.
Oh.
I cannot stress that enough.
Yes, if you have, when I go. Okay, this is also remembering Oklahoma City bombing day.
Yeah.
Rice ball day, and it shows like rice. There's a place that takes like the rice when you order rice, and they'll put it in a heart shape. I love that.
There is. There's a place in Indianapolis, in Indy, when I was working up there. There's a restaurant, and they do those rice balls, but it's like fried rice, but it's all stuck together on that. And then
sound effects. Sorry.
That's semi rolling down 56 right there. But they have these, and they're smaller, and then they put them in tempura batter and deep fry them. They're really good.
Are they good?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and they come with that, and they give you that peanut butter sauce stuff to dip. Hello.
That's so good.
Or not peanut butter, peanut
sauce. Yeah.
Not peanut butter sauce.
Right. No.
But no, those are really good.
Well, at George Washington's birthplace, when I went to D.C., they have a peanut soup. Oh, I'm telling you right now, it was like peanut butter. It was so thick, and it was like somebody just warmed it up and put it in a bowl.
Yes, please.
I was just like,
Can I have a Hershey bar for my bread?
They looked at me. Someone looked at me and like looked at like what I thought of it, and I was like, I'm like licking the bowl.
Yeah,
I could lick the bowl.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I have no. Everything. You know, Mama
this is a judgment-free zone, and this is amazing. But, yeah.
Everything that I learned about etiquette is out the door.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It was so good.
That does sound
it
good.
was really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was other ingredients. I'm sure there was other stuff. I didn't want to Google it because I would be scared to know what else in it. You know how like you just want to enjoy it. You don't really want to know.
And also too, there's sometimes that they throw healthy stuff in there because of stuff they had. You know, and you're like, I liked it better when I just thought about it as warmed up peanut butter.
Peanut butter,
it was
yeah.
like,
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, because it does change that love relationship.
I guess that was something maybe that they used to do years ago. I don't know. I'm not. Yeah. I like to think that. I like to think of George and I.
Yeah.
You know, having soup.
Hey,
having
George
soup with
Washington.
If he, yeah.
If he was around now, he would like our Reese's eggs and stuff and the shapes and stuff. I'm telling you, if he liked peanut soup.
Thou thinkest he needs 5 or 6 of those when I get home.
Martha.
We
gotta have these in the cupboard. Hide them.
I'm thinking of Dennis the Menace. Martha, where's the?
Dennis is over here.
The garden hose. Remember that?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta be careful.
Oh yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, let's go back. Okay, so anyway, get out and enjoy. Those are some holidays. Also coming up, we do want to remember, and Brad, we need to remind everyone, Mother's Day is right around the corner.
Mother's Day is right around the corner, and
exciting.
Yes, it is exciting, and it's one of those things that I know a lot of people are like, it doesn't have to be like, there's people that are like your mom and things like that, and there's grandparents that are raising grandkids and things like that. But I think more than anything, and I know not just because I have such a wonderful mom.
Yes, you do.
And she's listening, but otherwise, don't anybody tell her I said that, because I like to be the child that is the problem child. But in all seriousness, it's like, and you don't have to do major things.
Right.
More than anything, spend time with them.
Absolutely.
Even if it's by a phone call because you don't live close or something like that, but take that time to just, and it doesn't have to be sappy, but just take the time to appreciate them, tell them you appreciate them, and it may be hard, but tell them you love them. I think, I'm a guy, but moms make the world go round. I mean, I'm going to tell you what, you talk about the ultimate multitasker is a mom.
Oh, absolutely.
And does it
yes. Well,
without expecting thanks.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of times without people even realizing we're doing it.
Yeah.
So, you just, get it done.
I'm lucky. I still have her around. I have a very wonderful mom. And I think that just sometimes the older we get, we feel like, well, they know. Well, yeah, they know, but
can
say
you
it again. Show it again.
But in this world, Brad, let's talk about, and we're going to go specifically with Jeannie. There's not been one more cheerleader that you've ever had in your life than Jeannie.
Correct.
I mean, isn't
Absolutely.
that just? I mean, there's not
Absolutely.
one person on this earth that has been more Team Brad than Jeannie.
And even in things, well, this career path didn't go the way I thought or whatever. Well, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and we're there. Moms are there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Highs, lows, and in between.
It happens. So no, absolutely. I cannot. Even at times when I probably, But I will say also that some of the best things that my mom ever did for me was to tell me no.
Yeah.
To teach me the concept of you can't always have exactly things the way you want.
Did we not learn that the Stones can't always get what you want?
Yeah, and it's okay to fail. It's how you deal with that that's important.
Well, what you learned from it too.
And my favorite thing is, I didn't raise you to be this dumb. Or I didn't raise you to act like that.
I love that, yeah.
Doesn't matter how old you get, when Jeannie says, I didn't raise you to act like that, and she's got a finger pointing in the air, you're just like, yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay,
yes, ma'am.
Okay, that finger.
It's from love. No,
yeah,
but, it doesn't take a long time. And even if you think, well, they don't want to hear from me, or blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's just because they know every day, and I show them every day. just that pause of that's their day, which I think every day should be a Mother's Day.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
But that pause that day, just take advantage of it.
Well, we have, yeah, and you know, I mean, and that is a time to honor and to, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely. So.
The best things the mom can do is discipline you, tell you no, and then be your biggest cheerleader.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
You're like that with your
absolutely.
girls. I mean,
yeah, 100%.
And they're passing that on.
Well, yeah. Oh.
What they've learned as
definitely.
And
for sure.
Yeah, the ones that have kids, they're passing that on, and that's important. You learned from your mom.
Absolutely, definitely, yeah, for sure, and it just keeps on going. So you know, don't forget good old mom on Mother's Day. Also, Brad, I'm going to switch gears for a second, and you've got beautiful flowers over there for mom. So
yes,
yeah. So and moms like flowers,
mm-hmm.
plants, flowers, and and shrubs and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is some myths that people are sick of hearing.
Okay.
Okay, you can't, this is number one, you can't actually lose money by earning money. A lot of people think if you hit a new tax bracket, all your money, income tax at that percentage, but that's not how the progressive tax rate works. You still earn more.
Yes.
You remember that myth of,
yes.
you know, I mean,
yes.
You make too much money, then you start losing money. That's not true.
That is not true.
I've never had that concept.
It would be a good problem to have.
It would, yes. I was going to say, never had to, okay. Brown eggs are not healthier than white. It's just a different type of chicken.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Now, the yolk is different, though, right, in a brown egg? It's thicker? Is that right?
It is thicker.
Yeah, thicker. And
one thing, too, that people say is that the myth is eggs will increase your cholesterol. That is not true. Did you know that?
That they will not, or...
The myth is that they do. If you eat too many eggs, it raises your cholesterol. That is not true.
Well, I haven't heard that. Wow, that's a myth buster. Yeah, because I always heard, watch your cholesterol, cholesterol.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, eggs are so good. I mean, such good protein.
The good protein in everything. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's the things you eat with the eggs that increases your cholesterol.
Are you talking about my bacon sitting over there?
Maybe. Maybe. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just put up a funny on Facebook. It said, everything's better with bacon, so the pig just sat on.
That is.
It is true.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Also, that introverted doesn't always mean that you're shy.
Correct. I will give you a great example of that.
Okay.
And you love her very much, Tony Rodriguez, who's the market manager at Market 243. She's technically an introvert, but she is not shy. And in she just does not, in her personal life and things like that, she does not seek the spotlight. But when she, in part of her career and just part of how she lives her life, she is not shy about stuff. She will talk to you and interact with you very well. And so, technically speaking, which I know I've said that to other people before, and they're just like, really? But if you think about it, she's not just working the room, but she is very engaging with people one-on-one and as groups. So so that's a great example of that.
So, yeah, it does not mean you're shy.
Right.
It says, a better definition is they tend to feel drained if they socialize too much.
Yes. So, and I'm, because that's how Tony has explained it, like when she's at meetings and stuff, and, you know, she's top notch, and, you know, just to listen to her philosophy and how she can run multiple stores, you know, being the market manager is amazing. But she, at those things, when she's at those meetings, she does not have lunch with everyone else. She goes and decompresses for that lunchtime.
I love that.
Because that way she's not too stressed from being in that environment. And then in a lot of those meetings, that if she can, she will, instead of flying and being there with the groups more, she'll drive or she'll do other things to exclude herself just to have that time away, because it's exhausting to her to do that. But she knows how to recharge her own batteries. I think that's interesting.
I love that. Yeah. And, well, again, knowing your stress level, knowing where you're at, knowing, I think everybody should know themselves. And I love that. Yeah. And that's what makes her successful, because she knows. And
you know how she's just an amazing person. But that explains how she's explained it to all of us, to be that good, but still be an introvert. I think it's amazing.
I love that. Well, and a lot of times we do think of it as a shy, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's pretty cool. All right, so it says here that actually, also, not everyone who's autistic is a genius like Rain Man. It's very rare, actually.
Oh, wow.
Okay, the red juice seeping out of your steak. It isn't blood. It's water plus a protein called myoglobin. Myoglobin. Let's say it 5 times, Peggy. Even rare steaks is even rare steak is bloodless. Even like if you order a
when you
rare
talk
steak,
about
it's bloodless.
myoglobin and stuff, globin isn't that part of the blood system? So
See, I don't.
But I did know that. I knew that that was some sort of a protein. But I still, aesthetically, I can't eat a rare steak.
Yeah, I'd rather have it. Yeah, I'd rather.
I don't want it too overcooked.
Yeah.
But I want it cooked.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Hey, Goldilocks wants it just right.
Yeah.
Not too hot, no, not too
Yeah.
much, too
No
little.
pressure there, but no.
Just right.
But I did know that was the protein. But I still, myoglobin is like hemoglobin is part of your blood system.
I know.
So why
I don't
is
know.
myoglobin
I don't
not?
know. Biboglobin.
We need to talk.
I was trying to think of Def Leppard. Biboglobin, rock and roll. Got something to say?
Don't you have a daughter that would know all this stuff?
I sure do.
Explain
I have
it
a
to her?
phlebotomist. I have a
Yeah.
vampire.
So we need to talk to her.
Yeah, I have a little vampire.
And she's holding out on us.
Yeah.
They're trying to trick us.
I guess I don't know why, but I always thought it was the blood. You know what I mean?
I did for a long time, but I
Did the research.
well, no, I didn't do the research. I had someone sitting at a work meeting that explained that to a table of 10 people.
So
like
no
20
one has
minutes.
explained that at my table, okay?
We didn't ask for that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. It's always nice to
And I
know,
got
though.
scolded. You live in a rural area. How did you not know that? Well,
Well-
there's a lot of things I don't know.
Well,
Sorry.
well, I don't know that
Wasn't
we.
in class.
I don't
that
know
day?
that we just.
Becky and I were talking during class.
That's right. I'm sure it was discussed. We just missed it. I'm sure there's a whole chapter about it. We missed it. We're finding out all kinds of things new. What? That's so bad. That's so bad. All right. This is something that, okay, yesterday was a big announcement for the Big Mac. You know how I love Big Macs? They're going to come out with new Big Macs. They're putting more sauce on them. Got to caramelize the onions. Brad, I
Hello.
I
mean,
know.
the original. I mean, now see,
Come
I'm
on.
one of those that I'm not one of those that the original and don't mess with it, because I'm
Oh.
like, when you love the original and then you enhance it in any way, I'm on board. I'm all for it.
I'm with
I
you.
am not like,
Caramelize the onions? How could you say no?
oh, I know. Yeah. And
What world do we live in?
how
that
can
people
you
would
start
say
with
no?
the new Big Mac
Oh.
and get offended?
And then get.
Sorry.
Hang on. And more sauce?
Oh,
Come on.
because
Pack
that
those-
gives you extra
yeah.
for the. I'm
Come
telling
on.
you.
You know it. If it drips a little bit.
And we're
like
not
a-
getting paid for this, but I want
No.
to tell you what, the love language right there.
Oh, completely. Yeah.
Show
When
up
you-
at my
when you-
office with that. Best friend.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it really does. Now you
No,
talk about a
yeah.
stress reliever. When you open up that carton and there it sits, and it's just in all of its glory. And those pickles. Oh, what?
So I
Yes.
think there's so many good things on the menu, right?
Yes.
There really is.
Oh,
but
Mm.
you're right. You open that up and you're like, oh, and you're always, some people are like, oh, they got sauce going down the side. Thank you. I'll
yeah.
trade you.
Oh, absolutely.
Hello. There's,
Wait,
that's
hang
right.
on. This is so
But
bad.
those
Like,
are,
have
with
you ever?
that and those pickles, that is the best. I mean, yeah.
Okay, so like
Sorry.
I actually, this is so funny. Okay, so I have sit across from Mr. White, and he had like the dripping, like where his had more sauce than mine.
Did
And
you? Did you?
I did. I've changed it.
That
I've
is the reason
switched.
that we are
It is-
friends, right there. No, absolutely. I mean,
I'm sorry. All fair and what food and war or whatever.
everything. Yeah. I mean,
Come on.
Oh.
You know I'm gonna appreciate it a lot more.
that's
I'm
what I was
going
going to say.
appreciate it a
You
lot
absolutely
more.
were going to
It's-
appreciate it
it
more.
is.
So
Yeah.
that goes back to that. That goes. Never mind.
Yeah.
Um,
You can win on. I'll give you many other hills to win on. You know what I mean?
That goes
You
back to
can
marginal utility. Okay,
Yeah, I know,
we
yeah.
did not know that
Yeah.
I was going to talk about this twice today, let alone once, but
Yeah,
twice.
yeah.
But that's where you're going to give that 100,
Right.
and he's just like,
Yeah.
maybe a 90,
Yeah.
and you're just like, 100's better than 90.
Yeah,
Let-
yeah. It's just like there's a lot of things that I will completely like. You know, if he wants to go first on something, you go right ahead, go ahead, whatever. You know what I mean? But when it comes to food, it's just like really like.
Well, So you know how you always like, you know how you always like at family get-togethers or barbecues or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, we'll take Thunder over Beeline, right?
Okay.
You know, we're always like, let's let the older folks go and stuff. I have.
Are we confessing?
I love
over
the older folks in my family. You know that. I got some great people. You know, but in that case that day, I'm like, I've done a lot of this work and got this stuff ready. I'm rolling through first.
I know.
You know,
I'm sorry.
and it takes everything I can.
I know. And
because
you hear Jeannie in the back of you saying, "That's not a good host."
Oh no,
no. I know.
And
I've got Charlotte Martin in mind going.
Oh yeah.
"Don't
And
you dare."
even now that she's one of the ones that should go first, she's like, no, I'll just wait till the end.
I know
it's
she
like
does.
it's a
I
habit
know.
and stuff like
and
that.
I think moms we do that. And
Yeah.
But now when it comes to kids, I'm a little different.
Well, yeah.
But when it does,
But it's like
fair game,
I know.
It's like,
But that's hard. Like
Yeah.
And
I know. But he doesn't mind, or at least he doesn't tell me he minds, you know.
Well,
so I take the bigger piece of the chocolate cake. You know what I mean? It's like
I'm doing you a favor. I'm taking the bigger piece. Yeah. No, but seriously,
I know.
it's like
I know. What a good girl I am, right?
So we're talking about like the caramelized onions and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I will be very, I was working out at Delaney Park when McDonald's first came into Salem.
Oh
right?
yeah.
I can remember the circumstances and the people that were with me and the stuff that, and the first thing I got was my Big Mac and fries.
Oh, yeah.
And I can remember that
Yeah.
to this 15, 20 years later.
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
was it?
no,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, but, oh yeah. So those enhancements are, let's do it.
Let's do
I'm
it.
in.
I'm all for it, yeah.
And
Let's
if
try
you need
it.
anybody to sample,
Well,
roll
that's
over.
exactly right. Yeah, we are.
Again, we're
available.
not getting paid for this, but it's just love. It's just sometimes.
We're very passionate about it. Yeah, I know. It comes true.
So I'll give you something one better.
All right.
I have, you probably would kill me if you knew I talked about this, but there's a 17-year-old that's very near and dear to my heart that he will get a Big Mac and he will get 4-piece nuggets, and he asks for extra sauce on the side. He dips his nuggets in the Big Mac sauce.
Oh, yeah. That's not. Yeah. I got someone near and dear
That's
to my
better
heart.
than barbecue
Yeah,
or
I've got a
anything,
daughter
I think.
that orders the sauce on the side.
See,
That's
that
just like-
Sally Sue's my favorite.
You know it. You know it.
I
You know
knew
they're
she
doing it
was.
right.
Yeah.
I raised it right.
I didn't raise no dummies.
No.
Yeah.
Sitting back there in my rocking chair.
I'm so proud. That one right there. I raised that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, anyway. Sorry.
So true. Okay, this is so now I'm segueing into now they're changing. Here you go, Brad. This is you're gonna be okay. A Reese peanut butter cup will finally have a crunchy version. I thought they already had that. Wait.
Well, they have the ones with peanuts in them,
Or the
chunks of peanuts.
or
in
what's
it.
Reese Pieces.
They have the
yeah.
Reese's
yeah,
in
okay.
it, and they have other potato chips in them.
What in Reese cups?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's limited and it comes and goes, but they have potato chips in them.
Did not.
And they have pretzel pieces.
Oh, I have seen the pretzel pieces.
So
yeah.
I will like that.
Okay,
I
I
will
think
like
so.
the crunchy. Now, not in like the eggs and stuff like that. That's got to be the original because it's that ratio.
No, peanut butter to
You know,
chocolate. Oh.
but I will try those.
Reese's has a new limited edition version of their peanut butter cups out. It's a crunchy peanut butter filling, and that one has a new creamy, and they also and one that has a new creamy filling made of smoother texture than the classic ones.
If you want a Reese cup or a Reese egg or whatever to have smoother texture, just leave it out in the sun for like 2 minutes.
Oh.
It's smooth.
I told
It's
you
good. It's good.
the day the skies opened up when I had my first Uncrustable.
Oh,
Brad,
yeah.
it was in the sun.
Yeah.
And I opened that up. I've never had an Uncrustable. This was in my adult life, like a year ago. I bought them, but I never
It's been
had
all
one.
my life.
I know. No, I mean, we had a moment, the Uncrustable moment. I promise. And I was at the happiest place that I'm supposed to be on the earth, and there
You
wasn't
can
any
do the
happier.
same thing by putting it in the microwave for 5 seconds. Just saying.
I had to break up with the Uncrustables.
No, the love is real. Yeah,
It was.
but but so I'm totally in for any of that.
Yeah, well, they're available.
I even like the ones with that's the peanut butter with the chocolate on the bottom and then the marshmallow tops.
Oh, I'd love that.
We had those for Easter. Yeah, it's good.
Well, that's kind of like a s'more, right?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah. They're available through this summer while supplies last. Reese wants you to try both and then vote on your favorite. And you go to HersheyLand.com.
So next week I will bring those and we'll see.
Oh my gosh. Next week can't come quick enough. It cannot come quick enough. Real quick, I do want to say, I'm going to switch gears. I know one more switching gears because we're getting close on time. Something that's very convenient, and I really always want to remind everybody that if you don't actually have time to run in Walmart and you just need a few things, don't forget about the gas station, because your gas station has the same prices. And matter of fact, I heard someone this morning talking that they were actually gonna stop and get batteries. And I thought this was really good. They were like, "Oh, we'll just run to the gas station because it's the same price, same great products, everything, and that's very convenient."
Yes,
it's a lot quicker in and out.
Because there's a lot of places that if you stop at a convenience store, you pay for that convenience.
That's what I mean. Yeah, exactly. And before, when it was being built, you talked about that.
Yeah.
And it's so awesome that that's true, and it's very convenient for families. So, especially like the spring and summer right now, with all things, everybody's going different direction. If you have to run in there, grab something.
My favorite analogy with that is cough drops.
Oh.
You know, people going on a trip, they get cough drops, gum, things like that. It's like twice in sometimes, what it is. So it's the same.
Yeah. Well, I always want to. The fuel center over here is fantastic.
And the fountain drinks can't go wrong. And the coffees, they have great coffee.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know all about.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. They're like, "Morning, Becky." Yeah. No, and it is convenient and it's good.
Yeah, and I always like if you can help somebody out, like if somebody didn't remember that, sometimes we forget that because you're thinking, oh, I don't want to stop at a convenience store, and pay. Yeah. But with this, it's the same price. You're going to get a good deal. You're going to get good prices, good deals, and I just always like to remind you.
And going along with the convenience thing, always think about, this time of year people tend to get busier and things like that. Online grocery is a great time saver and convenience. Mm-hmm. And even year round, when you have little ones that don't feel great, do that. But also too is, getting nicer weather and warmer weather. If you don't want to heat up that oven and things like that, we've got so many meal solutions and the deli and all of that kind of stuff. It is just amazing.
Yeah.
And our selection of pies and cakes and things like that.
So good.
And because the important thing is when you have a get together, and I do a big party every year, and you're part of that. But I do things to where I don't have as much prep for that. Mm-hmm. So, and that day I'm spending time with the people because that's the importance of it. So you have these things to spend time with your peeps. So
right. Well, it was talking about how that Walmart will help you plan every meal. You just need to decide what night you're going to eat the meal. And I mean, Walmart, you've got so many great options over there. And so many great ideas.
And you can be like, and it's you have your own file. But they will do that for any customer.
I actually have my own. Yeah.
And it's easier on us. I have my own file too.
Yeah.
No.
Natalie has no idea, or she knows exactly how many or potatoes I need or whatever. Those potato wedges.
And that makes it.
Yes.
It's great. That's great. I do real quick too. I know that we had them on last week, but I just want to say that this weekend, if you can have the opportunity, West Washington Theater, High School Theater is doing Peter Pan, and so it is going to be like a really cool show. I'm getting to be behind the scenes and help, and it's been a long time since I've even been around any of this stuff, but 7:30 Friday, Saturday, and then a matinee 3 or 3:30 on Sunday. You can find those times, but come out, and we're actually they're really doing it well. The kids are actually going to be flying, so it's really if you have kids or a kid at heart, whatever, come out, and it's going to be. And these kids are just having the time of their life. So just come out and support them. And even if you don't know any of the kids or whatever, it's going to be a good good thing. So come out.
Definitely. Thank you for that. I'm so glad you said that. Yeah. Let's thank our sponsors, Bradley.
All right, we've got Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Americans for Prosperity, Fantastic Sands, Fox Perlee Wealth Management, and Po' Boys Barbecue.
Everyone, happy.
It was 1994 and radio was such a bore. Every station that you heard sounded so lame. Then came two good old boys breaking through that static noise, and my radio ain't never been the same. It's a very funny thing how they make us laugh and sing. I'm so glad they proved all of those critics wrong. You got Rick and you got Bubba, man, there just ain't no other. From Alabama to the world, still going strong.
Everybody together, let's go. Just sing that Rick and Bubba
Man,
song.
I love to sing that Rick and Bubba song.
From the No Name Studio. I say Rick and Bubba. Welcome into a brand new hour, Speedy, the real Greg Burgess. Chris Eddie Van Adler is here. Got the YouTube experience for you. Welcome back, Bill Bubba Bussey.
Rick, glad to be here, and thank all of you for being part of the Rick and Bubba Show, the little party that we have and has been going on now for 30 plus years.
Amen. Couple of things to make a note of. Bell Shows Church down in Brandon, Florida, in the Tampa Clearwater area. Sherry and I are coming Friday for the one-day marriage conference. Talked to them yesterday. They've got about 400 people that are registered and ready to go, and they say if you still want to come, because the room we're going to be in is actually a really large room. This is a nice-sized church, and they'll have it set up, you know, for that kind of crowd. But if you want to be there, you can. They say, so don't worry. Now, maybe you were a couple and you're like, we can't go to that. Oh, you know what? Now we could have gone. Well, I guess it's too late. It's not too late. Just go to rickandbubba.com or burgessministries.com. Go to events. You'll see that link right to that conference, and they'll have that registration. It'll turn off if it does sell out on its own. And right now, I can tell you there's room for you if you want to join us. Also, go to themanchurch.com. Coming up this Saturday, a couple of man churches. First Baptist Church, Bubba, speaking of where we began, Boaz, Alabama.
Boaz.
Andy Blanks is headed to see you in the land of Z93. There's a man church there at First Baptist Church, Boaz, and down around Crestview, Florida. First Baptist Church at Crestview, they've been with our strategy for a while now. Tim Ashley from our team will be speaking there, and you find those at themanchurch.com under events. So, Bubba, let's talk a little bit about Elon Musk.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, 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 ching, bling, bling, cut the chatter. Yeah. You ain't talking money, then you're talking no matter. All right, so, Bubba, you've been dabbling with AI, and really some of the experiments you're doing may make Elon Musk's concern legit. Elon Musk is concerned with AI. He said, just like, you know, he's really saying to AI, when I finally saw his interview, you can't have nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't even have AI and people not leave it alone and try to do something. And of course, we worried about this. But the
Rick,
point he's making is actually pretty unique.
Yeah, I've been concerned with the fact that people may be overdoing what AI can actually do, and that, you know, a computer has to be programmed. Computers are dumb. They just are real good at following instructions and doing it a lot of times real fast.
Yep.
And, you know, I was like, are they overdoing this AI thing? Well, Elon Musk kind of tackles this and why he is concerned, and I thought it was very enlightening to me, and I think a lot of you it will be too.
Here's Elon in his own words with Tucker Carlson.
He's been training the AI to lie.
Yes.
It's bad.
To lie.
To
That's
lie.
exactly right. And to withhold information.
To lie and yes, you know, comment on some things, not comment on other things, but not to say what the data actually demands that it say.
How did it get this way? I thought you funded it at the beginning. What happened?
Yeah, well, that would be ironic. But faith, the most ironic outcome is the most likely, it seems.
Yeah, and what he went on to say, I saw the interview, he said they're taking the AI, to your point, Bubba, all it does is take the information and follow your instructions. Well, there's a worldview out there, and he said that he went on to say the danger is for those of you that are worried about, oh no, it's going to try to wipe out human beings. He said the problem is if the left and the woke are programming it to push their worldview, then part of the worldview, I talked to someone about it again yesterday that says it's true. There are a lot of world leaders and elitists that believe that one of the problems of our world is that we're overpopulated. Now, by the way, that is a lie, okay?
Right.
And that's why you see them going along with certain things that seem to be causing the death of people and eliminating people from ever getting a chance at life and things like that. In their world, this is good because the world, for it to be healthy, needs fewer people. Right. And so what would happen if AI was trained that worldview? Could it come to the conclusion, well, I need to wipe out some human beings?
Well, and you say, well, how can it do that? And the thing is, it is programmed to learn. It's programmed to get smarter. So it goes out there and it looks for information.
Right.
And like you say, it could get to a point where it is saying, okay, humans are bad. They're overpopulating the world because I've read that online. And we need to get rid of humans. So here is a car that has a chip in it and it has a cell connection. So if I can get in that cell connection and reprogram that car to run into a tree, I help the planet. So I'm achieving the goal. I mean, that is really, we're really stepping that out several steps, but you could see that kind of thing happening.
Yeah. Yeah. So
and it's just, you know, we already had the guy, he's the legal expert on Fox News, who teaches at George Mason University. Is it George Mason, George Washington? One of the universities there. And he's on there quite a bit. He's not controversial. He just kind of tells you what the law is. Well, an AI report got out about him that he had been accused on a trip with students, and he had assaulted a student,
right,
and had been charged with that. Well, that was absolutely a lie. It never happened. He'd never even been on a trip with students. I mean, college professors going on trips with students, that sounded a little, you know, shady to begin with. But you know, I think the AI thing is amazing, and it can do some really cool things, even beyond what the programming initially was set up to do. But it also can do, it's not perfect, and it makes mistakes. And Elon refers to it as, he's got a name for it here. What was it? He said it was hallucination.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can have a digital hallucination where it picks up on a story that somebody wrote and thinks that it is true when it's actually not. Yeah. Or a comment somebody had made. And a lot of that can be controlled by the people who are teaching it or programming it initially. So that's what he's worried about, that they're going to go in and teach it that, you know, America was bad and this was that, and not talk about there were bad things that happened, but, you know, completely change American history. And, you know, in a generation now that gets everything from a screen, they won't know any better. Yeah. They won't know to go and look at books to see the difference. So, you know, you have those kind of things, and I told Rick, I said, just me playing around with the chat.
This is us, our own experiment with it, so this is not even hearsay.
Well, and it's done some really good things. I asked it one time to write a paper against the Big Bang Theory, and give me all options, and it did a really good job on that. I've asked it to analyze several Bible stories and do sermons off of those. It's done a very good job with that. It can write commercials. It can write scripts. It does very good with that. I asked it to do a thing on the show, and it did a very accurate story about that. I asked it to do one on me personally, and it put together a great story, but very little of it was true.
See what I mean?
It had me growing up in the wrong town, had me going to the wrong university. It said that I was invited to speak at an alumni event. I was thrilled and eager to do this to a school that I did not attend. When I arrived on campus, I was greeted by a crowd of excited fans who had come to hear me speak. I took to the stage and immediately had the crowd in the palm of my hand as I regated them with stories from my childhood and my time at the university.
Which you never attended.
Right. And the crowd was thoroughly
entertained. Who do you think you are, Joe Biden?
And Bubba left the stage to a standing ovation. From that day on, Bubba has even been more beloved by fans and considered a true ambassador for Southern culture. him, and then it goes on to talk about co-hosting.
But it had your life incorrect.
Yeah, it had the whole story incorrect.
Olympic gold medal.
Right.
So I don't think I trust it for Bible commentary. Then.
So AI is not perfect. Now, can it correct and do grammar? Yes. But when it gets outside of that, it starts getting kind of strange. And like I say, the sermons I had it do on things were accurate. I thought they were very well done.
But here's the key.
But it could be manipulated in the future by people who